Hello, good morning, good afternoon if you're a little ahead of me. How's everybody doing today? Okay. I'm just gonna give everybody a minute or two to jump on the live, to join me today. This is the 12 habits that we are going to talk about. As you are getting on, I would love to see a hey and where you're from. Are you working today? Are you not working today? Do you get this week off? Are you working from home? What's going on? And if you're here, I'd love for somebody to comment so I can see if I can see them. But whatever. If you're catching the replay, hashtag replay. Today we're going to talk about the 12 habits. I'm super excited. Nice to see you. Hi, Susie. How's it going? As we get started, I need to tell you my disclaimer. I'm a personal trainer, certified. I'm a certified hormone coach, but I am not a doctor. I know a whole lot of stuff, but I'm not a doctor. Hey, Marta. Nice to see you. Working from home. It's nice not to have to go out and drive in the snow, right? I have to shovel after this. Not so excited, but I'll get it done. Thanks. It's one of my new ones. It's a favorite. I've got a couple like that. I like him. All right. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Denise Wells-Peterson. I've been a certified personal trainer for the last 18 years and a certified hormone coach for the last 6. I am the creator of the Use Your Cycle method, the founder of the Menopause Project, and the host of Meno Minis podcast. So we just wrapped up season 1. Next week I'm getting ready to start season 2. So if you have anything you want to listen to, be sure you let me know. But I got some fun stuff in store. I'm super excited. Today we're going to talk about the 12 habits. How to phrase them. Now, habits, goals. They're not quite synonymous, but they're not quite different either, right? Sometimes we need a goal to get a habit, or we need a habit to get to the goal. So either way, these things apply. So the 12 habits, how you have to phrase them, and this is a psychology thing. For those of you that didn't know, I'm a psychology major. And I'm not going to tell you how many years ago that was. Okay, how to phrase your habits or goals, how to set them in the first place, how to prioritize them, how to make them happen, because you got to make them happen. And the 12 that I would pick if I was brand new to this hormonal stuff. Okay? Last month I did a webinar. We talked about creating habits that stick. This month it's a little bit interactive, but we're not going to do that whole, okay, we're going to sit here for 10 minutes, quiet, music, blah. But I am going to give you some exercises. So if you have any questions along the way, be sure to put them in the comments and I will circle back to them if I miss them right away. Or if you're catching the replay, I will circle back later today to answer any of the questions that you have, okay? So first of all, if you've got that paper and pen, I want you to jot down, or feel free to put this in the comments because I'm going to share mine with you. Have you put a New Year's resolution or, a goal that you've made at any time that you've made several times and it just hasn't quite stuck? No judgment. I think nearly everybody makes New Year's resolutions that don't quite stick. For example, lose weight. I want to weigh 120 pounds. Eat more veggies. Be healthier. We're going to come back to this stuff in a minute. Meanwhile, you can listen to my dog in the background who is probably barking at the neighbor. All right, so the psychology of habits and goals. We need to start there so you understand some of the background about the language and the wording and how it all needs to go, okay? So first and foremost, when you are writing down a habit or a goal, when you're writing down a habit or a goal, it needs to be phrased in the positive because your brain literally does not hear the word no. It doesn't hear the word no. It doesn't see the word no. And if you have any question about this, I dare you to watch a 2-year-old ask for a snack or a cookie and watch them being told no repeatedly. It doesn't even faze them. They don't, blah, it just is, blah, blah, blah. Stretch daily. Yes, that's a big one of mine. Floss teeth. I finally had to pay to have them extra cleaned enough times that this is no longer a goal. I just do it. Okay, so an example then would be no more cookies. Cut the sugar or eat the vegetables. The brain is only focused on the cookies or sugar. It didn't hear no cookies, it heard more cookies. It didn't hear cut the sugar, it heard sugar. It heard eat more vegetables. It's like the pink elephant in the room. Quit looking at it. Quit looking at that picture behind me. Quit looking at that. Well, now all you're doing is you're looking at that picture behind me, right? Because you're hearing sugar, 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 cookies, 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 instead of eat the vegetables, eat the vegetables, eat the vegetables. That's what we want to think about. We want to be thinking about eat the vegetables. So phrase your habit or your goal in the positive. What do you want to happen? Not don't, not no. Okay? This one kind of goes hand in hand. The brain doesn't like to be deprived. So if you say, I want to cut whatever, the brain thinks it's going to die. It's the host, the body, it's going to die. No, we can't cut things out. No. Only add things. Only add things. So if you want to cut sugar, so it's like that pink elephant, right? Eat less cookies becomes eat more protein or eat more vegetables. What do you want to replace that sugar with? Eat more of that. I did not at any point then say, no more cookies. You can't have the cookies. Because then it's like the pink elephant. I'm going to want more cookies. I want the cookies. Instead, I'm saying eat the protein first. If you eat the protein first, a couple things are going to happen. Physically, you're not going to be hungry. You're not going to be as hungry. So it's like you come home and you see that your honey is making supper, but it's like 30 minutes out, but you're starving, so you eat all of the potato chips. Well, then by the time supper comes, your appetite is gone because you ate all the potato chips, right? So if you eat the protein first, if the rule is I eat protein first, then you're not going to be hungry for those potato chips or the cookies. Or even if you are still hungry, you're probably going to eat 5 or 6 potato chips or cookies. You're not going to eat the whole bag. So crowd out the things you don't want without calling them out. Third thing, frame your habit as an action, an end result versus an end result, right? Because by all means, you want to know the end result. I want to weigh 120 pounds, right? I want to weigh whatever it is I want to weigh. But then you need to figure out how you're going to do the things, right? Because I want to weigh 120 pounds. Versus, I will exercise daily to lose weight. These are different. If I say I want to weigh 120 pounds, that's what I put down on my paper. Now I'm a victim. Now I just, at the end of every month or week or whatever, I weigh myself. I'm like, I'm not 120 pounds and I'm a victim and I don't know why I'm not 120 pounds. I just want to weigh 120 pounds. Versus, I will exercise daily in order to lose weight. Now I have a plan, right? I would recommend actually even going further. Okay, I'll exercise twice a day, or twice a week. If you say I'll strength train twice a week and I'll do cardio twice a week, then you've got a goal, right? You've got something you can do and something you can track that way. Versus you can write your weight down every day and it's not 120 pounds and it's not changing and you're just getting sad and sad and sad, right? Versus check mark, I did the strength workout, check mark, I did the cardio, check mark, I did the strength, check mark, I did the weight. You check your weight and you're like, oh, cool, I'm down 3 pounds because check, I did the things. I am now the master of my fate, right? So pick an action. Number 4, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Habits happen or are put in place to make your life easier, right? So a habit, you know how to breathe. Your body automatically knows how to breathe. It's a habit. You know how to put your shirt on. You don't have to think, okay, I'm going to scrunch up my shirt and then I have to put my arm through and then my head and then my other arm. You don't have to think about it. You just put your darn shirt on every day, right? And then you can focus on other things throughout the day. So when you want to create a habit rather than just fall into it, like A habit I fell into when I worked at the airport. One day I went to the vending machine in the room and I got a Twix bar. And then every day after that, I bought a Twix bar. And it just became a habit until one day I was like, whoa, what's going on, right? Whoa. I want to create a habit of going for a walk at this time instead. Now, there were days where literally I already had my money in the vending machine and I bought the Twix bar and I had to put it in my bag and then go for the walk, right? When you're creating a habit, you have to be purposeful about it. But in being purposeful, we can't overload the brain. We have to do one thing at a time. One thing at a time. So, eat veggies. Or if you were to make habits like this, eat veggies, protein first, cardio in the morning, lift weights, read more, send a letter every day, and meditate. I'm going to do all those things. Those are all my things for 2021. Which is more likely to happen? Eat your veggies. Because all you have to think about all day long is, I need to eat my veggies. A meal comes, I need to eat my veggies. Not, I need to eat veggies and I have to have protein. Oh shoot, I've got the veggies, but I don't have the protein. Or you get to the end of the day and you're looking at your checkoff sheet and you're like, I've got the veggies. Oh, I didn't meditate. And I didn't send a note. And I didn't go lift weights. Oh no, I didn't do anything. And then pretty soon you're forgetting to eat the veggies because it gets lost in okay, tomorrow I'm going to be better about protein. And you eat the protein, but you don't eat the vegetables, right? So focus on one thing. And stick to the one thing until it's actually a habit, right? A habit is something that just happens automatically. A habit is every morning I am putting vegetables in the lunch I take to work. Every evening I'm making vegetables. When my honey says, 8 more minutes till supper, honey, I get up and I make the vegetables. And it just happens. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to look at my husband and go, why did he tell me it's 8 minutes till dinner? What's going on? Oh yeah, I have to get up and do the veggies, right? It's one of those things you find you just automatically do it. And once you just automatically do it, then you layer in the second habit, right? Now we know science shows us that habits take 21 days or so to form. So I like to give myself a month to create each new habit, okay? Now sometime in this past week, this speaks to the one habit versus all 12 habits at once. I read this post. Which financial planner would you rather go with? The one that gets you 50% returns in January, but a 10% decrease every month after that for the rest of the month, or a 5% increase every month? Now, if you do the math, you're going to realize that by the time you get to December, you're losing money, right? But a 5% increase every month, by the end of the year, I'm going to still be making money. I'm not going to be in the hole, right? We don't care if our financial gains are slow as long as they're gains next December, right? So one habit at a time. We've got 12 months, right? One habit at a time. And then we focus on a new habit. Every month, we've got 12 new habits come the end of next December. If you say, I'm going to do all 12 of these things and I'm going to start them all in January, the new number is by January 9th. You won't even be able to tell me what your 12 habits are. January 9th. Slow progress is still progress. Here's an interesting one. I read the book Success Principles by Jack Canfield years ago. Love this book. You should read this book. It's old, but it's relevant. 99% is a bitch, but 100% is easy. It's easy. Are you interested in creating a habit? Are you interested in eating vegetables? Or are you committed to it? Are you committed to eating vegetables, going for a walk? I walk 1 mile a day on purpose. But not if it's too hot, and not if it's snowing, and not if it's cold, and not if it's raining, or if I just run out of time. I don't walk on those days. I'm monogamous. I don't have to think about this ever again. If I'm committed, I never have to think about it again. It's non-negotiable. It is what I am. I am monogamous. I'm not going to be tempted. If it's negotiable, then every time I'm sitting there and somebody flirts with me, well, now I have to think about it. Well, he's kind of cute. He is taller than me. Oh, he's so witty. Now I have to think about my actions every single time. Is it worth it? Will I get caught? Then what? Right? 99% is hard, But if I'm 100% in, I don't even have to think about it. If I'm 100%, I go for a walk every day, then every day I go for that walk. Even if I'm getting ready for bed and I go, oh, I haven't walked yet, I'll put my shoes on and I'll go out and I'll go for a walk. I'll go for a walk because I'm 100%. There's no question left in it. Well, it's 99 degrees. If it was 100, I wouldn't go, but if it's 99, I'll go. But it feels like 103, so maybe I don't have to. Decide and be committed. Now, I already hear some of you go, what about moderation? Moderation is great. I totally believe in moderation and flow and doing what you want to do. That's great. But I eat vegetables on vacation. I go for walks on vacation. That didn't happen by accident. It happened because I regularly practiced eating vegetables. If I don't eat vegetables, I don't poop. So I eat the vegetables, right? To the point where it has become a part of me. Eating vegetables makes me feel good. So at this point now, it's a non-negotiable for me because if I don't eat vegetables, it hurts. But years and years of eating vegetables, now if I go someplace and, okay, we just got back from vacation, right? I had to ask for more vegetables because the 2 spears of asparagus just weren't cutting it, right? It takes practice to be able to moderate, right? I would urge you as you start a new habit to commit 100% to it for 3 to 6 months and decide if it's something that needs to be 100% in your life or if you're able to be moderate about it. Number 6, start. Start the habit. Just start it where you are with what you know and then build on that, right? Eat more vegetables. That could be carrots and celery sticks this week. I mean, don't know how many people over the years I've coached and I say, eat more vegetables, and they literally only can think of, I don't like carrots and celery. Me neither. Gross, right? But that's because they've never tried eating more vegetables, so they don't know. They're not starting to look for recipes for Brussels sprouts. They're not hearing the conversations that say, oh, I made beets this week. Oh my gosh, they were delicious. I did, blah, 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 blah. Right? It's not till you start tuning in and having that reticular activating system, I'm eating more vegetables, eating more vegetables, eating more vegetables, that you overhear a coworker say, oh my gosh, I have this great salad. You should try it. Right? It's not till you start the thing that you become more aware of the thing. So eat more vegetables might be carrots and celery sticks today, but next week you learn to prepare Brussels sprouts. And the next week you learn that frozen vegetables work really slick and salads in a bag are amazing. But you would never know that if you didn't start. If you didn't start eating more vegetables, you might not even go through the produce department yet. And you wouldn't even know about salads in a bag. You have to start. But there is no perfect time to start. You don't have to start Friday. January 1st is really overrated. The first of the month, not a great time to start. Monday, so much pressure on these days. Sometimes a birthday's okay. It depends on how many times you've failed on those days, right? But here you need to know, the lights are not always green. You can look down Highway 65. The lights are not always green. You need to trust that by the time you get there, one of 2 things is going to happen. 1, that light 5 miles down the road is going to be green, or 2, you will remember where your brakes are. Just start. And then number 7. I don't have any idea where to start at all. We never ate carrots and celery. I don't know how to even peel a carrot. You can give yourself a week. And I do want you to say, yes, set a time limit. 1 week to do the research, to Google it, to YouTube it, to listen to podcasts, to ask friends about it, to hire a coach, to start. You have 1 week to research. How many goals have been left behind because you never got started? You have to start in order to make some progress. Ooh, I like that, Tiffany. Yes, I love salads in a bag. I'm always putting last night's meat on them. Yeah, you don't have to use all the dressing. You can use all the dressing. You don't have to use the crunchies. You can add crunchies. They're great. I don't like Asian crunch though. I like bacon blue is my favorite salad in a bag. Anybody else got a favorite salad in a bag? Drop those in the comments because I like the bacon crunch one that's got that sugar dressing. I don't know what it is, but it's so good. And I like the bacon blue, my favorite. Okay, got a pen and paper out? Do you have your pen and paper out? Okay, right now we're just gonna write down the steps. I and not for those webinars where we turn music on for 10 minutes and you stare at me while I pick my nose. Okay, you're just gonna write down the steps, and then sometime in the next 4 days, I want you to do this. Chopped kale. It's like just plain chopped kale. Can you tell that's not my favorite? I will add kale to some of those salads in a bag, but kale also, I have this one tooth that I get stuck between. All right, so first, goals fall into one of three categories. Goals, habits, one of three categories, right? And people generally tend to do really well in one or two of them, and one of them is usually lagging behind, right? You've got family, you've got fitness, and you've got finance, okay? And those are, broad. Fitness could be food and exercise. Family is your relationships, spouse, whatever. And then finance, right? Do you put other stuff on it, Erin? Yeah, okay. I'm obviously not going to be convinced on this kale thing today, or at least not yet. All right, step one. First thing I want you to write down that you're going to do. It's December 30th, 2021, 365 days from now. Where do you want to be? What do you want to have? And what do you want to do or have done in 2021? So you're going to write at the top of your paper, December 30th, 2021. Where do I want to be? What do I want to do? What do I want to have? What do I want to be? For example, I want to be a best-selling author. I want to have a dog. I want to have done a tour of Paris. Okay? Now, I want you to really think about this, but not necessarily with your logical brain. Not with your logical brain. With your artsy side of your brain or with your soul. The part of you that has tucked dreams away for protection because you've given up on them. Your brain has given up. You don't know where they are. You're never going to get to those dreams if you don't look at them and take a teeny tiny step. So what I want you to do, you've written on the top, it's December 30th, 2021. I want to be, do, and have these things. You're going to set a timer for 10 minutes, just 10 minutes. And yes, you have to set a timer. If you do not set a timer, you will spend more time looking at the clock than letting the pen flow. With a pen and paper, not a computer, with a pen and paper, because it affects and activates the brain differently. Even if you're writing gibberish, you keep writing. Pen stays connected to your paper for 10 entire minutes. You write whatever comes to your mind about, I want to be, do, and have. And if nothing is coming to your mind, you just write gibberish. You can write, thank you, 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 thank you for all the deals, ideas that are happening. Thank you for the inspiration. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can write gibberish. It doesn't matter. Pen to paper. And eventually you're going to just write whatever comes into your head. You're going to write it down. You're going to write it down. You're going to write it down. No hesitating. Don't self-edit. Nobody else is going to see this paper. So no editing, just write it down. Oh, I need to take out the garbage. And my husband is the best husband ever. And I want to get a new dog and a cat, I think. And just write it down. In 10 minutes, you just keep writing. You do not stop. You do not stop. And at the end of 10 minutes, one of two things is going to happen. You're going to be done writing, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, or you can keep writing, okay? Then you go back and you can read it and you can figure out the details. Step 2, timer's gone off. You've gone back and you've reread it. This is where you get to be logical. Where are you now, December 30th, 2020? Where are you right now? This is where you get to be logical. I want to be an author. Do you have a stack of short stories that you've been writing and have been working on for years and years? Have you even tried to write a book? Have you been researching what the perfect dog is? Have you saved any money to go to Paris? Just kind of an inventory. And then we get to step 3. What has to happen to get from step 1 to step 2? Do I need to start setting aside, do I need to get up a half hour early to write every single day so I can practice writing and become a best-selling author? Do I need to volunteer at the Humane Society in order to figure out which dog I like best? Maybe I think I want a teeny tiny little dog. Turns out I want a 110-pound giant dog. Maybe you need to volunteer. Do you need to get another job in order to save the money to go to Paris? What do you need to do? What's going to get you from A to B? And maybe it doesn't happen in a year, but at least now you're thinking about it. You're thinking about it, right? It's like, I want to weigh 120 pounds. You might write that goal down for 10 years before all of a sudden you start writing the actions that go with it, right? So what are the actions that need to get you where you want to go? So a reminder, goals fall into one of three categories. I want you to take a blank piece of paper. It's not blank yet. I had to write down stuff yesterday. And I want you to make 3 columns. I want you to write family, I want you to write finance, and I want you to write fitness. I want you, under each thing, I want you to either write a habit, like what's the end goal, and then we're going to write the action steps that need to happen. Could be 4, could be 6, could be 2, whatever, right? So in my example, I wrote out fitness. Fitness, I want to weigh 120 pounds. There's my end goal. What are the actions I need to do to take it? And I write down 4 actions that I need to take. I need to lift weights twice a week. I need to do cardio twice a week. I need to eat more protein. I need to eat my vegetables. Just write them down. All of the actions you think need to happen to get to your goal or to create a habit, right? The things you need to do to create a habit. Do the same for finance. Do the same for family, okay? So next, okay, once I've done that for all 3, for fitness, finance, and family, and maybe one of them you're fine on, you have nothing you want to work on, that's fine. Now I want you to prioritize what's most important. Weighing 120 pounds, improving the relationship with my kids, or making enough money to go to Paris. What's most important? Rank the F's, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so because fitness, I do fitness. Fitness is number 1 for me. Family's number 2, finance is number 3. That's what we're putting down, right? Now I want you to go down in each of those columns, fitness. I want you to look at the 4 things you have. Maybe you have 6, maybe you have 2. Which one are you most likely to be able to start with? If you're like, I don't want to go and join a gym right now, the COVID's got me freaked out, I'm not going to go to the gym, then maybe eating more protein is what you can start with. Rank that as number 1. That's the first thing you're going to work on. Number 2, number 3, number 4. And then do that in all 3 columns. What are your 1 through 4, 1 through whatever, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Write them down. So you've got fitness, finance, and family ranked, and then you've got your 4 things under each one ranked. Right? Yeah, then you've got them ranked, okay? Now, the next thing I do is I take a spreadsheet. This was a lot of work. Spreadsheets. Take a spreadsheet. It is labeled 1 through 31. Oh, because there's 31 days in a lot of the months. There's empty columns here. And these are my check marks because I like check marks. I like to be able to see if I'm doing the thing, right? The first thing up here is going to be, what is your F1 action 1? My fitness protein, right? So right here, I'm gonna write protein. Fitness is still I haven't gotten through all 4 of those. So what's my number 2 under fitness? It's lift weights. The third thing is eat more vegetables. The 4th thing is do cardio. The 5th thing, okay, now I need to go, what's my number 2? Family's number 2. Cool, okay. For family, what's my number 1 action? Write it down. My number 2, my number 3, my number 4. Finally, number 9, finance. We hit our finance ones. Write them down. Guess what? You know what else there's 12 of? Months. Months. Now you have your 12 habits for 2021. You have your personal 12 habits. Don't think I do this? I'll even show you mine in a minute. Line 1 is January. Your F1 action 1, that's January. F1 action 2, February, March, April. May, before you even get to family. May, June, July, August. But you're not going to feel guilty about family not happening till May and focusing on that. You haven't been focusing on it at all in the first place. So you're just going to let it go. Just let it ride. Figure out how to eat the protein. Figure out how to lift weights. Get some wins behind you, right? And every time you do it, every day, at the end of every day as I'm taking out my contacts, check, 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 check. And I want to see checks all the way across. all the way across. I want to see, am I getting checks? Like at first it might be spotty, and then it gets, by the end of the month, it gets whatever. I print 12 of these up. I printed 12 of these. I did this for myself the other day. I got my 12 habits. Yes, and then I have space for a few things that I might add throughout the year, and then some other things that I want to do throughout the year, right? Some things that I've been working on for the last year that I don't quite have solid yet, but I'm working on, or I want to improve, whatever, okay? So then month 2 comes, I hang another one of these up in my bathroom. So as I'm doing my contacts, now I maybe got 2 things going. Or as I get close to here, maybe I've figured out how to eat the protein and lift the weights. Maybe I'm ready to eat some more vegetables and I can start checking those off, but I'm not stressing about those. If I don't get number 3, the line number 3 all the way across, I'm not stressing about it because it's not number 3. It's not March, right? I just go through the things. Now, because I have them all printed out, what my goals are, now I know what was important in January, but when I get to November, I know what's important. What was important to me at one time, maybe it's not important at all, right? Like seriously, you know, last March kind of threw a loop in my stuff and I had to rearrange a few things. But at least this gives you an idea, and when the first of the month happens, you have your next potential action, right? So you've already got it there. Yes, I've crossed things off. Yes, I had one line last year. I didn't do it. Dang thing. On the list again, right? It's just working on it, right? All right, now hang on a minute for the 12 hormonal habits. If hormonal balance was one of my goals right now, if I was just turning 40, hang on. But I want to make sure you know what I've got going on right now in case you haven't opened your emails yet or you don't get my emails. So the first thing I have available to you right now is I was inspired to offer you a 90-minute phone call, right, with me. This phone call is best if you suspect hormones might be the root of your issues and we want to talk through it and what you need to start doing. It might be for you if you just don't know where to start, right? It might be for you if you are great at taking your actions, but you don't know what the actions need to be, right? We'll get it all laid out for you 100%. If you're curious about how to use your cycle, we can discuss the basics on that phone call. We're going to start with a full intake, a full lifestyle analysis. We're going to figure out exactly the impactful actions that you at least need to start 2021 with in order to help you get to your goals. If you're curious about this, shoot me a message, drop it in the comments. I'll let you know how much it is and everything. We're going to make sure it happens. But if you want to do this, I'm only offering this today and tomorrow. I'm not saying we'll get on the call today or tomorrow. I'm saying you need to call and say, let's set up a time in the next 2 weeks. Okay? So either shoot me a message or drop a comment. 90-minute phone call. There is an investment to it. Second thing I've got available is Hormone Habits. It's a 6-week program. It's a do-it-yourself program that's going to help you feel calm. It's going to help head off seasonal depression, increase your energy, and help you to not gain weight. These are 5 minutes a day or less. It's a 6-week program. I have the 4-week Jumpstart Your Perimetabolism. Again, it's one-on-one phone calls with me for 4 weeks to help you figure out what your 40-year-old metabolism needs that your 20-year-old metabolism didn't need. And then finally, if you're ready to start using your cycle in order to lose weight and increase your libido, I've got the one-on-one 4-month coaching program to help you with your cycles, to help you figure out when to do what so you feel your prime. Okay. If I was turning 40 this year, and I know now, I know then what I knew now, what I know now. You know what I'm trying to say. Here are the 12 things that I might incorporate into my habits. They are in no particular order, but if I were you, I would put them in the order that you are most likely to do them. So if strength training is not your cup of tea, it might not be number 1. You want to put whatever's going to be easiest for you to start as number 1. So the 12 things I would work on incorporating include strength training, increasing my protein, daily strolls, meditation, a jade egg practice, sex 3 or 4 times a week, vegetables, intense cardio, breath work, increase my water intake, Epsom salt baths, and saunas. Those are my 12 things. All right, if you have any questions, be sure to pop them in there right now in the comment section, and I will answer them. If you're catching the replay, by all means, put your questions in there and I will come back and answer them. If you'd rather not put it in the comments, feel free to message me. I really enjoy being here for you guys. Next week, I'm sorry, I can't remember when I scheduled it. I think, next Tuesday, Next Tuesday at 7 p.m. I'm doing it later in the night. We are going to talk about weight loss in your 40s. And I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into some of the things that need to be happening in order to help the weight loss happen. So helping you with some of those action goals. Meanwhile, if you're ready to get started on your own thing, remember I am offering these 90-minute phone calls. Just today and tomorrow, you need to get signed up for them by today or tomorrow, and then we will schedule them in the next couple of weeks. Yes, I can repeat the 12 things really slowly. Do you have your pen and paper? If anybody's a typer, they could type them in the comments. I could do that later too. Okay, strength train. Remember, these are in no particular order, but they might be in the order that I would add them. Maybe. Strength train. Increase your protein. Daily strolls. Strolls are 3 miles an hour or less. Meditate. I don't care if you chant or not, just some quiet time. Jade egg practice. It's really important if you're over 40, especially if you've had kids, but even if you haven't had kids, guys. I'll talk about it more this year, I think. Wow, it's amazing. Frequent sex. It has been shown to help with vaginal dryness if you incorporate orgasms 3 to 4 times a week. Eat more veggies. Intense cardio. Breath work. For example, square breathing or alternate nostril breathing. Increase your water intake. Guaranteed you're not getting enough. Take more Epsom salt baths because we're all short on magnesium and self-care is important. And saunas. Does anybody have a personal sauna? You know, one of those, I don't know. Yeah, I'm still working on that one. Okay. Strength train, protein, stroll, meditate, jade egg, sex, veggies, cardio, breath work, water, Epsom salt, saunas. Seeing no further questions, I'm going to sign off for today. If you have things coming, questions that come up for you later, I know I don't have a sauna either. I'm thinking that's what I need next. If anything comes up, feel free to message me. If you want to sign up for one of those 90-minute phone calls, be sure you message me, and have a fantastic New Year. Yes, Val, go check out the beginning. I'm very informative. Maple bourbon, bacon, chopped onto a salad. I like some of the Southwest salads. Some of them. There's one that is so spicy, I can't. All right. Have a fantastic afternoon. Happy New Year. Look forward to seeing you around. Hey, are you checking out my 12 Days of Inspiration? I don't know if you guys know this or not. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm going to keep talking. 12 Days of Inspiration. It's the 12 days between Christmas and January 6th. Every day I am releasing a new resource for you. It is only available one day, so when you see it, you should grab it. I am technologically inclined between 8 and 9 in the morning, so that's about when they change. Once they're gone, they're gone. But I had all kinds of technical issues earlier this week. So today only the first 5 are out. So if you want to catch them, they are in the Menopause Project group, or you can go right to my website at nowgetgoing.com. Let's see, we had meal planning, we had sleep, we have protein, we have the 4 women you are, and we have something else. Oh, your symptom surveys that I have all my clients start with. So that's a really interesting thing to see where you are starting right now. So if you want the first 5, you can go back and catch those today. Going forward, there will be one new resource, especially for women over 40, every day through January 6th. All right, now I'm going to say goodbye.